94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station. Toni with T.Mill in the morning. Laughs, informative, and just a little crazy. Toni with T.Mill in the morning. On 94.1 WHRP, Toni with T.Mill in the morning. T.Mill in the morning. This is the Toni with T.Mill in the morning show.
Thank you. Twins.
Yes.
Of course.
There should have been a lot of those videos made yesterday. If you had never made one, that was the perfect time if you had that opportunity to be with your mom.
Yeah,
and
we're
she
going to
looked
see
just
them today.
like you.
It's going to be that algorithm.
I look at my mama, I see me.
It's like looking in a mirror.
It's always probably like a little honor for parents to have that mini me. Oh, you look just like me, you know. My phone is vibrating right now because there is an Amber Alert. William Jace McClain, he's 3 years old, black male, abducted. And his abductor is believed to be driving a white 1997 Chevrolet Silverado. And the Alabama tag is 051ASC, 051ASC. And they were last seen in Dewberry Lane in Forestdale, Alabama. I don't know where Forestdale is.
That's close to Birmingham.
Okay.
Around that area.
So not too far from us.
Yeah.
Could be heading this direction. We never know under these circumstances. But, of course, anytime we get an Amber Alert, you know, we're paying attention a little bit different out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a 3-year-old black male abducted. Okay. We always would like to have the description of the abductor. That would be helpful. But nonetheless, 1997 Chevrolet Silverado, we're looking for that. If you're out and about and you happen to see something, call the police. Call
see something, say something for sure. You know, no matter what time it was, anything could help. The smallest little detail that you think, oh, that's, you know, not help, or it was yesterday. You never know.
You don't.
So let somebody know something, and hopefully he gets home safe and found quickly. So before this gets out. All right. Well, did you see the lights?
So I didn't see the lights. I was exhausted Friday.
Oh, you saw the other lights.
The night lights. I was exhausted. I didn't even know. You know what really had me so tired was the storms and the fact that we only had like 2 hours of sleep. At least I did. Some people could sleep right through it. I didn't because I had like 9 different tornado warnings, get in your safe place.
Yeah.
And it just kept me up all night long. And by Friday, this girl was tired. I set my alarm to see the lights. So I would get up and go see the lights.
So you didn't wake up with the alarm?
Man, I turned that alarm. I don't even know why you're going off. I forgot why I set the alarm. I don't know why you're going off, but not now. Right? So I didn't see the lights. But I saw a lot of beautiful pictures posted, and thank you for those who posted on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP. 2 rounds of the Northern Lights. Yes,
so we had them both Friday and Saturday. Saturdays, I don't think was as much activity. It looked like Friday, at least what I saw, Fridays was a lot better.
You know, the Saturday, the little cloud coverage may have been in this area. I think south of us, they were supposed to get a better view than us here in the north end of Alabama.
Because folks were ready Saturday. Folks were outside.
Oh, everybody
with
that
tripod.
missed it?
Yeah. And it just didn't hit the same.
I'm going to see you this time. I ain't going nowhere.
And I'm looking like, bruh, you missed it. Like it was way better on Friday.
Right.
Saturday's just, you know, but like you said, we got those clouds this way, so we didn't get to see as exciting, but great photos. I mean, some folks had some really good.
And it's stretched across from Maine to California. That's the whole states. Everybody had an opportunity to get a peek.
Yeah.
It's something that normally you would have to travel to see.
Only thing we were missing was the music of the cicadas.
Oh, no. Thank you to the rain. I saw some bugs laying on the ground outside the door here. I was like, what are those? What are you? Right? I'm like kicking them around. What are these?
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't heard them yet.
You gonna hear them?
No, I don't need to. I'm good. The cicadas, they're everywhere. A lot of people complaining about that, but I think it's like every 13 years, they say.
Yeah, because we hadn't.
Where do they go for the other? Where are they?
Well, I don't. That's a good idea.
We need to dig into that. Where are they? Why do they wait for 13 years?
Wow, that's a long time.
Do they have to do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff to get that noise in them? Like, is it a workout?
It's like a playoffs. They've been getting ready for this moment. You know, no, it ain't loud enough yet. Yeah, you gotta keep on working on it.
Toni with T.Mill in the morning.
We looking black in the day.
Was that black?
We're looking back in the day.
Back.
Back.
Well, back in the day, Carter G. Woodson, a historian who is known as the creator of Black History Month, first started off with just a week. Mr. Woodson is often referred to as the father of Black history. He is notably the second African American to graduate from Harvard University with a doctorate degree and is credited with being one of the first scholars to study and research the history of African Americans. That's back in the day. On this date in 1878, Danvers State Psychiatric Hospital opened in Massachusetts and was later, maybe the inspiration for the Akron Asylum in the DC comics.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh.
Right. 1942, first cross-country helicopter flight took place. Well, it was only a flight from Connecticut to Ohio, but still, it happened in 1942. It was on this date in 1950 that the Diners issued its first credit card. The Parents Music Resource Center laid the groundwork for the Parental Advisory Explicit Content label on albums on this date in 1985. And in 2004, the last episode of Frasier aired on NBC. Few celebrities celebrating birthdays and famous people too.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
The one-of-a-kind musician, singer, and activist. Check out his artist capsule. Stevie Wonder is celebrating a birthday today, along with Dennis Rodman, the five-time NBA champ. The skilled lyricist and record exec Pusha T is celebrating a birthday, and one half of EPMD Parrish J. Smith. Also, Stephen Colbert is celebrating a birthday, and Darius Rucker. In memoriam today, we remember the Brown Bomber, one of the most recognized and important boxers ever, the heavyweight champ for over 12 years, and helped to break the color barrier in golf, Joe Louis. And you can check out more celebrity birthdays on our Facebook page at 94.1 WHRP.
And it is National Apple Pie Day. Yes, indeed. Get you some ice cream on the side. That's back in the day. Toni with T.Mill in the morning, 94.1 WHRP.
94.1 WHRP, Gurley, Huntsville, Decatur, a Cumulus media station.
Toni with T.Mill in the morning.
And it went on TikTok, and the video has gone viral.
Yeah.
And he mentioned a few things, first of all.
Yeah.
That he got permission, not only from the kids, the students, but also their parents. And it's also on video. It's not like he was hiding it, or this is something that people don't know is happening. But it got a lot of criticism because of the fact that these are female students braiding or unbraiding his hair. And he mentioned that, hey, if I was a female teacher and they were doing this, would we still have this conversation? Would it still be a thing?
I'm curious because there was some dialogue where they were saying there are young boys that are learning and practicing barbering who have done haircuts on their male teachers, and nobody's ever said anything negative against that.
Yeah. So it's a lot of conversation going on about it, of whether it's right or wrong, or appropriate rather, and it's a thing. But he's also said that he was rewarding his best friends for showing good behavior in class. So that's kind of sketchy, where it's like, are they your best friends, or are they your students, or like, what are we?
Maybe that's some kind of dialogue that he uses to his students, and he's doing some different types of teaching. We're in the 21st century, and there's different ways of reaching children in, conversation. And I don't know, maybe that's a new way to, get the confidence of someone or the trust. And then there's that conversation, the trust.
Yeah.
And people are a little squirmy about it because we do know that there are predators and sometimes in our school districts. And then there are students that have crushes and may misunderstand this personal space that they have been allowed to enter, as far as unbraiding somebody's hair. And there was the manicure part where someone wants to be a nail technician, and he's like, I let them practice, and if they want to paint my nails or whatever, and give them the inspiration of they can do it. I don't care if they do that.
Yeah, and again, if he has the permission of the parents and the students, and you're on video, so you're at a class, you're not doing it in secrecy, and you're supervised, and everyone sees this.
There's cameras in the school room anyway.
Yeah.
For them to see what's happening in the schoolroom, he said.
Yeah, and so the fact that, I guess they fired him because of this.
I'm
the
not
school
sure
district?
if 100% if he was fired. I know there was a conversation that he may have been fired. I said that to you off mic that there was a teacher who said that he should have got permission from the principal and I guess the school board or something to that nature.
I could see that.
Consent to allow this to happen. I think the conversation would have been different if this was a class that was focusing on hair. If this was a class that the curriculum was all about becoming a beautician or stylist or barber, we wouldn't even have this conversation. But because he's a general teacher, or I think a science teacher.
Science teacher. This is, I guess we're getting to the end of the year, so maybe they don't have a whole lot of work.
Well, they had
on.
In his video, he said that they had a big test. After they do their big test, normally, instead of them having to continue to do more work, he gives them a break to do fun things. And so this was part of that. He had an interview that he had to do, and he also had a hair appointment he needed to get to, but his hair had to be unbraided before he got to, and so he did the timing of it all. And so the quick fix was to let the students unbraid his hair, plus do the interview and all that, and everything would work out for his schedule. So that's where this is coming from. How do you feel as a parent, T.Mill, if that was your daughter unbraiding her male teacher's hair?
With my permission, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give that permission. But without my permission.
So that's where we're at, where there's a lot of parents that are feeling that way. But we have to remember, in this story, the parents gave permission for their children to do this.
Yeah, that's the most important part of this
so
whole thing.
So they knew what was going to happen, and he always gets permission to put his students on camera because he does a lot of TikToks.
Yeah, absolutely.
More of Toni with T.Mill in the morning. Coming up, the latest Hollywood gossip and headline news. Toni's Tattletales next on 94.1 WHRP. 4.1 WHRP, home of your best girlfriend, Toni Terrell, and the Toni Terrell with T.Mill in the morning show on WHRP. The latest gossip headlines.
Ooh, no, they didn't.
Toni's Tattletales.
I can't believe they talking about that.
The latest gossip headlines.
They all up in everybody's business.
Toni's Tattletales.
Tattletale.
Toni's Tattletales. Tattletales.
Toni's Tattletales.
Refund. We want a refund.
Refund.
Hello, everyone's talking about it. And this is not the way you want to trend, but Auntie Anita Baker was trending all weekend long in the ATL, of course. She had a nice Mother's Day concert scheduled.
Yeah.
And folks had bought tickets to treat their favorite mama.
Plane tickets, too.
Oh, why did you bring that up, T.Mill? Hotel stays, gas tanks all filled up.
What about that parking?
$55 to park and to walk across the street.
Yep.
And I don't even know what the ticket prices were. So all that combined, not to mention you probably had to feed mama too. All right, Anita Baker, what had happened was, we don't know. It was the
What
last
happened?
minute cancellation. People were in line to go inside the concert venue in Atlanta. And when they started posting all of these videos, it wasn't nice.
It wasn't nice at all.
You had
No.
two sides. You have people really, really upset because they brought their elder parents to come see the show. Oh my goodness, T.Mill. I saw people walking out with canes.
Yeah, they.
Wasn't a good sight.
Ooh.
The other side of the coin is people are thinking that maybe, Anita Baker's been struggling with health issues herself. But we want an excuse.
But 30 minutes before the show
Unforeseen-
starts?
Unforeseen circumstances ain't cutting it no more.
Yeah, right.
What had happened was Mary J. Blige. Oh, those boots. Girl, go ahead and kick them. Mary J. Blige finally is going to put out a boot collection.
Are you serious?
Listen, it's going to cost you $600 a foot.
Oh, well, okay.
At least $1,200 for these ain't going to be cheap, Mary J. Boot.
Mary J. Boot.
Right. It's not the word, it's what I heard. It's just tattletales.
Tony's Tattletales is sponsored by Hello Huntsville, where your heartbeat of the community comes alive. Check out Hello Huntsville at WHRPFM.com. We're going to put the spotlight on a special person in Black history with the Black History Minute Alabama on Tony with T.Mill in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. Time for the Alabama Black History Minute with
Today
T.Mill.
we remember Oscar Stanton DePriest. He was the first African-American elected to Congress that was not from the South and the first elected in the 20th century. DePriest served the 1st District of Illinois from March 1929 to January 1935. And he was a Republican who had lost his 4th bid for Congress due to his opposition of President Roosevelt's federal aid programs to provide assistance to the poor. Today, we remember Oscar Stanton DePriest.
That's your Alabama Black History Minute with Tony and T.Mill in the morning, 94.1 WHRP. Here's
On 94.1 WHRP, Tony with T-Mill in the morning, and a little bit of sunshine finally coming through, peeking through.
Yeah, it's daylight. We got cloud coverage. We've got rain in the forecast.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Right. Oh, yeah, that part. Okay.
But some good news for the Big Three.
Oh.
Ice Cube's basketball league, the Big Three basketball, they sold their first team.
Okay.
They have an investment firm that's out of Los Angeles,
Right.
that's looking to, they bought a team, and they're basically going to start moving toward like a city-based format.
Okay.
So this might be the first LA Big Three team in their history. $10 million.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
That's all you need is one.
Yeah.
And the rest will follow, huh?
There
well, congratulations.
You go. So LA's the first one to have their own
Alabama
Big
need to get
Three
one.
team. Come on.
We
well,
ain't got nothing else going on.
We got 5 on it.
Right. 5 what?
Just $5. It's going to take us a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Takes us a little while.
Well, that's really nice. That's nice to hear. Wow. Okay. You heard about Aja Wilson. She got a shoe deal.
Yeah.
And that happened late last week that it was announced. It was always in the works when people were getting all upset because Caitlin Clark and the shoe deal, and it came out.
All distracted.
Well, her stuff went, through really quick. Asia was working on something a little more than just a shoe deal.
Oh.
It's a clothing line deal as well.
She got clothes and shoes. Got a whole outfit.
And so like Don Staley was like, sometimes you can't you got to marinate some things. You got to work these things out and everything. It's not that it wasn't happening. It's just that they couldn't say anything until the ink was dry.
Well, now we know. So it's time to, go online and buy the whole outfit. The shirt, the shoes, the socks, the sweats, the shorts, everything.
All that?
The whole outfit.
Monday at WHRP is Money Saving. Check in on the Tony with T.Mill in the Morning Show at 7:35. We'll share money-saving tips for small businesses from Tish Hardrick and Associates. Look for the TNT Money Monday on the 94.1 WHRP Facebook Live. Join us this Monday with Tish Hardrick and Associates.
You can always find us at thetishteam.com, where we're building foundations of success one step at a time with grants, business consultancy, and careers.
94.1 WHRP.
Hey, did you hear about the lady? Now, this happened, I believe, last year. I remember seeing this story because there was a whole video of her putting bleach in her husband's coffee cup.
Oh, that lady. Yeah. What happened to that lady?
He, The husband, well, they were actually divorced, but still living together because of their child. Y'all, you look, the children already know y'all messed up, so just go your separate ways. Stop living together when you know you messed up. So, nonetheless, he had set up cameras because he said he noticed his coffee was tasting some kind of way. And he's like, I think this chick trying to poison me.
Oh, just using a new creamer?
I'm going to set up some cameras. So he put some cameras in the kitchen area as she was fixing coffee for him. So you no longer need to make spaghetti. It's coffee these days.
Oh, my goodness.
An Arizona woman admitted to poisoning her husband by pouring bleach in his coffee. This went on for several months.
Wow.
And so she was arrested after her husband gave the video to the police showing that she was indeed pouring bleach.
And it took him 2 to 3 weeks before he realized what was happening.
Yeah.
He had to get those like test strips.
He must not have COVID because you know who said if you have
Hey, he got a clean bill of health.
Right. I ain't never gonna have a cold. But nonetheless.
I'm the picture of health.
Oh, your insides look so nice and bright and white.
Woo!
It's been bleached. But nonetheless, she is actually avoiding jail time, believe it or not.
What?
She was arrested, pleaded guilty. She's only getting probation, but she has to seek mental health treatment to avoid her husband unless, legal team is going to present something else, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah.
Wow.
I had a mental breakdown. I didn't know that was bleach. It looked like creamer to me. I put creamer in my clothes when I wash them.
That's creamer, all right.
94.1 WHRP. We know you're feeling the vibe on 94.1 WHRP.
Well, there may be a hero in the case against Trump today. They've got the star witness that's coming forth to talk about his time with Trump. They used to be cool, used to be buddies. That was his guy, and now
he was the one who arranged for that hush money payment.
Yep. And that's what they're counting on to tell them what happened when he paid off Stormy Daniels. And about this whole thing about the records and him hiding those records at his home. This is going to be, I hope they stream this.
They should, man. It's like, this is
I'll pay a pay-per-view.
This is going to be better than Stormy Daniels' testimony.
Yeah.
He's mad too.
They say it's probably one of the most biggest twists that they've had in this whole thing, being the fact that, both of them are, Republicans. And
this guy went to jail.
Yeah.
You think he ain't mad?
And he's been on TikTok.
All y'all following this fool. Yeah.
He's got something to say. So Michael Cohen is going to be on trial today. He's going to hit the stand, and by the time we get off air, there's going to be a whole lot to talk about.
I feel like I need extra butter today on the popcorn.
And an ice cube.
Hello. Speaking of popcorn, a lot of people bought popcorn over the weekend. Planet of the Apes at the top of the box office. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is the #1 movie. $56.5 million in ticket sales.
Man.
Yes, and globally over 29 million worldwide. This is the biggest, the third biggest global bout of the year when it comes to films. So I'm a huge Planet of the Apes. I remember walking way across town to the movie theater when I was a kid to see the first one with Charlton Heston. And oh my gosh. And ever since then, I've been a huge fan. I still have like the whole series on VHS. Like I've got to keep a VHS machine to watch it.
You think they're going to have the new one on VHS?
Well, no, they have them on DVDs now, T.Mill. Stop confusing me.
Might be a collector's item.
Right.
Motivation and inspiration is on the way. Toni with T.Mill in the morning. WHRP, Toni with T.Mill in the morning. Time for some motivation and inspiration.
And one of the most inspiring people in our lifetime, Maya Angelou. Yes, who said that you will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. That is your motivation and inspiration. 94.1 WHRP.